What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning John Fury, Jake Paul, Tommy Fury. Get this. John Fury had this to say after the victory of Tommy.
Good morning, world. Jake Paul and family. Back home, well rested. Heads back on business. Jake, you know what I'm going to do. We had a deal, mate. We had an handshake. We said we box for free if we got defeated.
And he also added, he said, you owe us some money. Don't come back at me with contracts and all that bull crap. I'm a gypsy. I can't read and write properly. Don't understand that. I'm sure you'll be a great guy and honor what you've done. Pay up. Let me counterpunch. John Fury, if you can't read or you can't write, okay, that doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean anything because your son, Tommy Fury, is supposed to sign the contract. You agreed for your son. So if he did what you say to do, he should have signed the contract. Now, the handshake, yes, it looked good on camera. It was flashy, it was confident, and it expressed confidence. But you didn't do the business side of the aspect. He should have signed the contract because he would have got double pay because he did win the decision. You know, and unfortunately for John, you know, him not being able to read and write had nothing to do with him understanding English. He speaks English, Jake Paul speaks English, so at the end of the day, they should have signed the contract, or, you know, Tommy should have signed the contract. You know, they understand what was going on. So I think that's a cop-out. I think what happened is you won a decision in your favor, and now you want the money from the proposed deal from a handshake. Well, if the handshake sealed the deal, you should have put the pen and paper with the contract behind the handshake just to ensure that you would get paid. See, at this point, since they didn't sign the contract, they're not going to get the money, and they shouldn't get the money. Why? Because signing the contract would have ensured that you were confident about winning, like you said you were going to win before you fought, not after. Okay, you can't now, hey, backdate something, you know, and you know, now want the money. You can't sign it after you've fought. It just doesn't work that way. You didn't sign it to begin with, so you get exactly what you got, unfortunately. But then again, you know, the question you ask yourself, people, is if Tommy Fury, if Tommy Fury lost to Jake Paul and the contract wasn't signed, but that handshake was enforced, would Jake Paul then say, hey, you need to give me the money? And the answer is no. Jake Paul wouldn't have said that. You know why I know he wouldn't have said that? Because Jake Paul understands business. Because you guys can remember, as you guys can see, the face-off, the last face-off between these two guys, Jake Paul was asking him, hey, why didn't you sign that contract? If you think you're going to win, sign the contract. You know, and Jake Paul just kept, you know, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. I'm going to knock you out. I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? Sounded like a Doberman Pinscher, right? But there you go, you know, so that was one of those things that he should have done. And he had ample opportunity to either sign that contract in the last press conference or sign that damn contract in the face-off to show everybody that he signed it. Then that would pressure Jake to pay him what they agreed upon. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of John Fury now pressuring Jake Paul to give him that extra money. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.